We have backstage details on Brock Lesnar's Backlash blood spot. Plus, WWE are hinting at a Raw Star return, possibly. And an AEW Star is undergoing surgery. It is all in the wrestling news right now. Brock got a boo-boo at Backlash, boy howdy.
Oh, Silly Billy Awards. He wins the Silly Billy Awards.
You had an accident at work. Well, the Wrestling Observer has talked about it because obviously there was for the longest time, like, blood wasn't allowed in wrestling.
No.
They drain it from you in special tubes as you walk in.
It's why Moxley left.
I can't do it my way. I won't do it at all. So we heard rumours a while ago that the blood is on its way back to the world of wrestling, and this was a case of it. On Saturday night, the Observer saying the blood in the Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes match was attempted and not an accident. Now, Lesnar is allowed to do that, although blading, which is far safer than smashing your forehead hard into the steel to get blood, is not allowed in WWE. There was no blading that went on here.
No,
I think he genuinely did just...
Oh, yeah, you could tell. He was nutter. He's just an absolute maniac. I love the fact that it was written that it was attempted. It succeeded. It very much succeeded.
Wasn't so much an attempt.
He bled like a stuck pig, is what they say, right? Stuck pig?
Yeah.
Stuffed pig. Stuck pig.
A stuck pig.
It was...
A stuffed pig is taxidermy.
It added, an awful lot to the match. It was a real moment. But to do that, you've got to hit yourself really hard. I know they tend to, after a while, wrestlers get like weaker, like they got scar tissue, and so it's a little bit weaker. So maybe it's easier than your average person to bust yourself open. But that's still mental. That is absolutely nuts. And he went full force into that.
And there was a lot of it as well.
So does that mean if we're gonna see blood moving forward, it's got to be hard way?
Yes. That's the rules.
Poor bastards.
There was at one point, I think, where a ref was going to clean Brock up, and I think he changed his mind. And then after the match, when Brock sort of sat up in the ring, like going, I can't believe that happened, and there's blood dripping down his face, you just see a towel fly into the ring from a safe distance. Yeah, wash yourself up, love. So Brock's blood was very much a planned part of the match. I think it added to the energy of the match. It was a weird placement. I don't know, like, I obviously you guys did live reactions to it. I feel that Bad Bunny and Damien should have gone on last.
Yeah, it worries me that this is going to end up turning people on Cody because actually the crowd investment, especially the live crowd investment, but I think the audience investment generally wasn't necessarily in that match in the same way that it was other matches. And certainly the match of the night, Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest, given the pop that Bad Bunny received, it probably should have gone on last. Or one of the women's title matches. Bianca Io was absolutely fantastic. Fans totally hijacked it. Booing Io was booing Bianca.
Booyanka,
was a big surprise. Stakes are high, women's world title and all that. So yeah, I think it was a poor choice. And I think if you keep pushing Cody in the main event, people are going to be they're going to turn. We've seen it before.
I think you could have got around that by having Brock and Cody open.
I agree.
I think if you'd had that match as the opener, I think you wouldn't have sort of balanced as delicately as you do. Yep. I think what happens tonight will be interesting. I am nervous that they might try and put the belt on Cody immediately, and I do not want them to.
I think it'd be really dark.
It's
not the story. It's not the story.
It's not what we want to happen.
In 5 years' time.
Brock Lesnar has a story I think he'd like to finish. Worked Wrestling tweeting that Cody's feud with Brock is far from over. Cody is currently in the Raw World Title Tournament, but the Beast Incarnate will quickly make his intentions known.
Bit of a spoiler alert there. Brock's going to batter Cody in his match. That's fine. I'm cool to see more of them because it wasn't a fully conclusive win. Obviously, no. It was a chance.
All the more
win
reason it shouldn't have gone on last.
Yeah, agreed. Totally agreed. So I imagine Brock will be back tonight, batter Cody, and then Brock will want that Saudi payday so that they'll run it back. And Cody might end up being the man who has little spells of 3 matches. That's his gimmick going forward. So Brock will win in Saudi Arabia, and then Cody will win, I assume, at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Money in the Bank, maybe.
I think do it at SummerSlam. I think, or whether, because there's a school of thought that says, do you give Cody the Money in the Bank briefcase?
No. I'd be more up for him winning the Rumble again.
Yeah, there is that. Because obviously with the Money in the Bank, you can then say, all right, then I'm going to cash this in on Roman.
Yeah, big babyface move for Cody, isn't it? I'm at WrestleMania next year.
What if he says, all right, I'll turn up on SmackDown, I'm going to cash it on Roman now, doesn't win it. Ooh. Then he wins the Rumble, and then he finishes the story.
Ooh. booked it.
He's got to have the setback. You got to have the setback in wrestling. So Backlash, the argument, as much as people were happy to sing "Whoa" along with Cody, the biggest pop of the night was probably for Carlito.
Yep, he's up there with Savio Vega. Is one or the other, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Looking absolutely jacked. Obviously, he's been doing various bits on the indie scene for many, many years now. We all know how fantastic he looks, but with that WWE light, he looks even better. Tom, is he going to stick around?
Well, Fightful say that the reaction, WWE were delighted with the reaction from the crowd, saying it was even better than expected, and there have indeed been numerous pitches over the last couple of years to bring Carlito in for runs, or even on a full-time basis. But they've been told as of this weekend, Carlito's appearance in WWE was a one-off.
He had the T-shirt on. I'm livid about this, right? I think they're going to bring him in. Now is the time to do it. With the LWO there, he's already got the T-shirt. You don't need to spend any more money because he's good to go. He looks fantastic. He's great. He's really, really fun. And people are going like, oh, it's a big reaction because it was a Puerto Rican crowd. No, that's part of it, sure. But yeah. Carlito is like, people would be overjoyed to see him back on TV.
Because I'm sure he had a Royal Rumble appearance.
Yeah, and then he did one on Raw, and then he was gone. He did 2020 Raw Rumble, I think it was, and then he popped up on Raw, and everybody was like, oh, he's re-signed. No, gone.
But that Puerto Rico pop was unlike any of the other shock reactions he's ever had.
He's not getting that in Corpus Christi, for example, but he's still over. People would be happy to see him, and most of all, he can still go. He's not aged a day as our Carlito. He's just got a bit bigger.
He's been eating an apple a day, that's why. Just a few days before Backlash, Metro.co.uk interviewed Carlito, asked if he'd consider a return, and he said, yeah, I'm open to whatever, any good offer from anywhere, doesn't matter. Thing is, nobody calls me, so I don't just sit by the phone either. If something comes up, great. If not, I'll keep on doing what I'm doing.
He's lonely.
Nobody calls me.
Give him a ring.
Call chat back. 50. Carlito, call chat back. Bless him. Spit in my face and tell me I'm cool. 089 50. Nah, at least one person called him. It was Bad Bunny. He made a phone call. It's what we want to happen. Meanwhile, WWE hinting at a return for a Raw star, not Carlito, sadly. He's still sat by the phone. W5 is saying WWE had numerous missing posters for Becky Lynch made to help further the story between herself and Trish Stratus. Now, Lynch hasn't been seen on Raw in over a month, and they've continued the story regardless. But the fact we're having missing posters made, I presume, for an angle tonight on Raw. Yep. Maybe Trish is going to turn up and hand them out.
Quite like it. Becky obviously blacked out her social media and everything. She hasn't been heard from at all. Trish, healing it up on social media. She's doing the whole thank you Trish thing. I'm looking forward to it. I think this could build something really nice.
I think give them time at SummerSlam. Yeah. To make some magic. I'm all for it. I think the SummerSlam seems the most obvious place, doesn't it? Unless you run it at Money in the Bank at the O2.
Money in the Bank's an option. Saudi Arabia's an option as well. I don't think they'll drag it out all the way to SummerSlam. How many months away are we? That's early August this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair few months away.
So maybe Money in the Bank in the UK.
Yeah, it's not a bad show. Lovely to see Trish.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Trish. I'll do a hello with Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch in the O2. That'd be all right. That'd be all right. Meanwhile, over on the AEW side, some rough news for Eddie Kingston.
A few weeks ago, Eddie Kingston hinted that surgery might be in his future. At yesterday's Ring of Honor TV taping, he confirmed that he's going to be going under the knife for hernia treatment and would be out of action for 6 weeks. Kingston's surgery is scheduled for tomorrow.
Best wishes.
Best of luck. So should be back around July sort of time. That's a really rough thing to have, isn't it? I've got a mate who had hernia.
It's horrible, isn't it? Yeah. It's just painful. So we send our best wishes to Eddie for a full and speedy recovery. I think that the best thing he's done is move over to the ROH side of things. I think that's been a good move for him. Yeah. He's a nice fit there.
Yeah, I don't think they were using him completely properly on the AEW side of things, whereas they should have done. I think they sort of made their own problem with Kingston, and they could have done a lot more with him in AEW, but it has reinvigorated him a little bit, hasn't it? It's bad timing for him.
Okay, best wishes to Eddie Kingston. Are you twitching tonight?
Yeah, no, it's Monday, Tom.
Oh, it's Monday, isn't it?
Andrew is. Midday, in fact. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic.
Andrew, it's a Monday day.
Around midday. Look out for the notification. Go and follow now.
Twitch, yes. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the Monday, which it definitely is, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe and love you. Bye.